welcome back. I told everyone over the weekend I wanted to see the movie The Gift, and I went and saw it. And just as Jim Ferguson told us, it kept me wondering through the whole movie.
Yes, the little subtle twists and turns throughout the whole movie.
But I told you I love those kind of movies.
Yes, yes, and this is certainly a moviegoer's thinking movie, if I can put it that way, because as we were doing, you discussed this movie a lot like the old Alfred Hitchcock movies, where the psychological thrillers, you talk about them, you know. And Joel Edgerton, being a big fan, the director, writer, and star of this movie of Alfred Hitchcock, you can see how he does follow that director's efforts. But I talked to Rebecca Hall from London, another one of these Brit actresses that can come and do American accents and do them well. You may remember her from The Awakening. She was with Johnny Depp in The Transcendence. Christina Barcelona. She's a character actress, and she's so good. And she talks, Tina, a little bit about the twists and turns and the subtleties of The Gift. Here's Rebecca. Would you agree with me that this house is really like a character in the movie?
Oh, 100%. 100%. It wouldn't be the same movie without that. I mean, it looks like, I remember when I walked into it first and I thought, oh, this is the perfect embodiment of LA noir. Like it reflects the light in the right way, and you see all these shadows everywhere, and you can't walk without seeing reflections. And
you did a little running around here, didn't you?
Yeah, tell me about it. And it's hilly, by the way. There are a lot of hills.
It's not
there are a lot of hills, and it was hot, and it was quite intense. That.
So you earned your money in this one. You know what I really enjoyed was last night after the movie, sitting around with my colleagues, other critics. So all we did was talk about this movie.
Oh, well, that's great.
Isn't that great? I think that's a good sign that how audiences around the world will enjoy this.
Oh, that's so good. Well, I think it's very. I think it's unusual that a film has the confidence to leave true ambiguity at the end. I mean, I think if you watch it again, there are very subtle indications and quite firm clues that lead you to not. But there's no neat resolve. There's no kind of ding 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 ding.
Who's the victim? You know?
Yeah.
You're from London.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite directors, one of the greatest directors that ever lived, Alfred Hitchcock.
Is
this right down his alley?
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought when I read the script.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
And it felt like also interesting because the story's told very much from the lady's perspective, and I think that's something that happens in Hitchcock films a lot. I mean, they can be the victim and they can have all the rest of it, but the story is driven by the lady. Yeah,
and your character, Robin, plays the wife of Jason Bateman's character. Her point of view is the most essential part of the film.
Yes, yeah, it is. It is, because she's the audience. She knows. She knows what the audience knows throughout the film, as opposed to everyone else in the film knows something else that we don't know yet.
A quick comment on Jason Bateman's performance. Usually does comedy, but wow, did he hit a home run?
It's pretty good, isn't it? Yeah, I know. Really good. He's scary in it.
He is. He really is. And hard to believe this is Joel Edgerton's directorial debut.
I couldn't believe it on set. Honestly, the man never broke a sweat, ever. He remained cool at all times. Nothing fazed him. It was remarkable, actually.
And, you know, he wore all those hats. He was the writer, the director, and he stars in the movie, you know.
Yeah, and I'm really, you know, I'm a real champion of this. I think it makes complete sense, because I think that the people that make films, we're all making films, you know, we're all in it for the same goal. So if you have half a brain and you're interested in the process of it, it sort of makes sense to me that you would drift into these other fields of doing it. And, you know, I think actors are necessarily collaborative, which I think really helps a director, because a director, you're the one who has to make all the decisions, but unless you delegate, you can't do anything, and you realize that actually best decision wins. So if you kind of best idea wins, rather. So if you kind of throw it out there, then that's how you make the best possible thing.
We're just saying Rebecca Hall, you could tell the London accent, the British accent, but in the movie, very American.
Yeah, it's like two different people watching her in the movie and then watching her right there.
So talented.
I know. For everybody, I want to tell you all the twists and turns in the movie, but you have to go see it to get it.
You know, I've seen it twice.
Yeah.
And I did see the second time, I saw a lot of things I didn't see the first time.
First time, yeah.
But we recommend The Gift, right?
Yes, I would say go watch it.
Friday, we're going to go DVD. The Far From the Madding Crowd. Now, it's not maddening, it's the Far From the Madding Crowd. Carey Mulligan, who was nominated for an Oscar, she is the lead role in Far From the Madding Crowd, and we have her with us on Friday.
And what did you think the first time? You liked that movie the first go?
Oh, I gave it an A.
You gave it an A. So
I don't give a lot of A's.
Oh.
That one, they're already discussing about a nomination for next year.
And we know how Jim is with your predictions. Jim, thank you so much for joining me today.
Tina, thank you. It's always fun.